Hong Kong's media industry includes mass circulation newspapers, magazines, commercial TV companies, radio stations, the internet, and so on. It means a mass flow of newspapers and current affairs. In 2016, there were 52 daily newspapers and 644 periodicals. According to independent surveys conducted by the Chinese University of Hong Kong, South China Morning Post and Mingpao are the most trusted newspapers in Hong Kong. Prevalence of the public's political concern. With the help of the Internet, everyone can be a journalist to express their opinions and report issues freely, if not offending anyone. Having established Hong Kong Journalists Association and some other organizations related, the majority of journalists in Hong Kong are well-trained and sensitive to headlines. Also, they follow the professional ethics and have a strong sense of responsibility. The freedom of press in Hong Kong is protected by the Basic Law, based on the wide range of access to information and news-propagating environment, as well as the concerns from the international community. The media environment in Hong Kong has exceptional advantages. The media pay much attention to people's daily life and encourage them to speak for themselves, like on their respective Facebook pages. On the other hand, the media gets important message more quickly through the cooperation with the government.
Weakness of the current media system. The freedom of press is weakened. According to the latest press freedom, Hong Kong is now number 70 in the world, and it has been falling every year. Integrity. Some media impose its political views or something else on the public, ignore some important facts on purpose out of some certain commercial interests. Some are even tied with political parties, reporting with a political stance. Most often, the news released from the government-owned media are not impartial, concealing truth behind safeguarding choices for audience. Only 2 TV stations providing free news access to the general public. Censorship is not uncommon among various forms of media, including newspapers, radio, or even television. For journalists. Journalists are threatened nowadays. For instance, the issue of Kevin Lau and some other journalists were hurt during reporting the Umbrella Revolution, which makes them tend to incline to some parties with power for the sake of their security. Some tabloids that focus on celebrities' private lives do appear, and the media are becoming headline chaser. Sometimes some certain newspapers provide fake or exaggerated news and use improper expressions that influence people in a bad way, just for the sake of catering the audience.
Comes to giving the suggestions to the stakeholders to improve the media in Hong Kong, the government can step up the law enforcement to raise the punishments for inappropriate news reporting. General public, they can read more news to have a critical mind and to distinguish the good ones from the bad ones, and in long run, the poor media operators cannot operate because of the lack of support. For the Journalists Association, they can co-decide a new form of code of ethics for the journalists to follow. Students are future pillars and who determine the future media in Hong Kong. School teachers can discuss more current social issues with them in order to train their critical mind and also raise their political awareness.
Created using Powtoon.